Hello, welcome back. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use the webcam for this, mainly because the screen power seems to crash whenever I use webcam and the screen together for some reason. So don't use OBS to stream to record these YouTube videos. I probably should. Somebody told me it was the industry standard. So I'm playing Title Tuesday, which is a very tough tournament. It's quite nerve-wracking actually playing such events because, you look at the, it's like a who's who of online chess freaks. Hikaru, number 1, Magnus. I mean, they tend to alternate. Hands, number 3. People are a little bit suspicious of Hands. I don't know. Don't know him that well. I've never met him. Neil Haisarin, who's like one of these young Indian geniuses. Is there any other young Indian players playing, like people like Pragananda, maybe, potentially? I think India's a very interesting chess country now, isn't it? It's got so many good players. You scroll down, not many Indians, because a few of them were at Vaikanzai. I presume they'd still be travelling. Vladimir Kramnik, the legendary Kramnik, tormentor of Title Tuesday cheats, is playing. So we're about to play the first round. Here we go. I've got white against Super Eagles. So black against Super Eagles. So let's see how the game goes. Taking some time to move my opponent. I don't know if he's looking me up. Potentially. Or maybe he just disconnected. He's disconnected, it says. However, they normally come back on, so I wouldn't get too excited. You obviously pray for an easy win in the first round. This would be the easiest of wins. Yeah, it shows what a coward I am, and I hope he doesn't come back. Or if, assuming it's a he, it might be a she, I don't know. Well, my guess is they'll make a move. They'll come back and make a move, and it'll be a tough game. The thing is, you get increment here, so it's deceptive. If it was guillotine, I think you'd have a massive advantage. If your opponent doesn't turn up within the first minute. I feel like in blitz games as well, like you should be automatically defaulted if you don't turn up within the first minute, probably, because I feel like it's like the equivalent. If you played a classical game, your opponent didn't turn up half an hour, you'd get the win. So that's like half an hour, 2 hours. But in a proper in a blitz game, yeah, it's like you have to wait the entire game, which seems ridiculous to me. He could just be showboating or slow rolling, like they say in poker. So one of the arguments Kramnik makes is that there's a lot of smart cheating in Title Tuesday. I'm sure there is some smart cheating, but I'm not sure. Nobody's certain about the full extent of it. Some people say it's rampant. Again, you can't know for certain. But yeah, I feel like there is a lot of it that goes on. So some people might just register for Title Tuesday and then decide not to play. I mean, I don't really enjoy playing Title Tuesday. I find it a nerve-wracking experience, to be honest. Because you know you're going to be up against such strong opposition. Some people might love that and think that's a great challenge. I don't. I'd prefer just to play against really weak players and bully them. Okay, looks like they're going to disconnect. Unless they come back within the next 4 seconds. No, so I won that game. Okay, it was a bit silly. Okay, let's see anyone else. Game, some people won already. Hikaru's still going. Magnus Carlsen, let's have a look at the Magnus Carlsen game. He's better with black against Lady Nika. I'm not sure where he's from. And normally with a flag like that, it's just, he might have been Russian originally. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it sounds like a Russian kind of name. Shibanenko. What was he opening? Some kind of, actually, what was he opening? Oh, Nimzovich. Oh, he went knight c6, yeah. Yeah, d4 is, you can actually, yeah, e5 is reasonable, yeah. What he's done is actually, I think I might have just gone bishop d3 here, actually. It's like, or knight e2 is another possible, or even bishop e3 with the idea of knight d2, but, okay, black won by resignation, so Magnus won. Not really surprising. Hikaru's still going, I think. So could get one of the big boys in the very next round. I'm not sure how they seed it. Hikaru Nakamura. Blitz Genius. Wins a lot of title Tuesdays. But he does have a class edge over most of the opposition. Apart from maybe Magnus is the only one who's close to him at the moment. Everyone else is at least 100 points below. Even the mighty hands on Twitch. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit suspicious of. Mainly, partly because he's got this incredibly high. He may well just be a genius hands, but he's got an incredibly high blitz rating when you say relative to his overall strength. So he's not like a 2750 plus guy. In theory, he's not up there yet. He might be in the future, over the board. And but yeah, he's higher than people like MVL who have been, Ian Nepomniachtchi who have been. He's higher than Ferrugia, who's one of the best players in the world. And he's obviously fairly decent at blitz. And he's, yeah, again, you know, I don't know for certain. But I do think it's slightly suspicious, the fact he was banned before. And he's been brought back again. I just feel like if you ban somebody, they should be banned for at least 5 years. You shouldn't have that easy recourse to come back again. So if knight d5, there's a knight d6 in here, or even rook d1. Yeah, rook d1, white seems a lot better. Yeah, but going back to that hands thing, he didn't do very well in the World Rapid and Blitz. He wasn't really up there. I feel like if this guy is 3,200 over the board, sorry, online, why is he not doing better than the World Rapid and Blitz? I mean, you know, that was Kramnik's argument with a lot of people. He said that you know, someone like Blueboom does very well in Title Tuesdays, but in World Rapid and Blitz, he's not doing that well. And Nakamura is clearly just a very good player, full stop. But there was an implication that possibly he may have boosted himself, interestingly enough. Who do people think is the favourite for the candidates tournament? I think on paper you'd say Caruana. He's had very good results recently, but I think Hikaru is a very interesting bet, actually. Apparently he's not doing much preparation for the candidates. He's just going to do what he did last time, which is have a fairly relaxed. He hasn't had a training camp. Some people like Caruana have had a training camp for it. I actually agree with Nakamura on that, actually. I think it's just like, if you do too much, you can actually take it too seriously, and that can be detrimental to your result. It's like when I played the British Championships before, which is a big tournament. You know, it's kind of like my candidates, really. You know, or you feel like you got a chance some years because maybe the big boys are missing, or like the 2600 plus guys are missing. But you can make it too important in your own mind. Another example would be the Masters Golf. Rory McIlroy has often years gone, like last year, I think he went and played like 2 weeks of practice rounds there because he's taken it so seriously. You know, so when he turned up, he was rubbish. I mean, well, not rubbish, but it was relatively rubbish compared to his normal performance. He missed a cut. You know, he seemed nervous. So it's like you put yourself under too much pressure. It's better actually just to like treat it like a normal tournament. It's obviously not easy to do. I'm babbling a bit, but yeah, there's so many good players now on Title Tuesday, and just the strength in depth is ridiculous. We're seeing like amazing juniors coming through at the moment as well. Somebody mentioned his Turkish junior on Reddit. They were talking about this Turkish junior who's getting a very good performance in the Jeddah Masters, as a Jeddah Young Masters. Faustino Oro's there as well, this 10-year-old super kid. He beat Faustino. I mean, this Turkish kid is only 12, I think, and he's very close to GM. He's already over 2,500 FIDE. So he's going to be one of the youngest GMs in history. And he's a super talent. But I think it's very unclear who is the best junior. They say you've got this Faustino Oro. He's only been playing for a couple of years. In 2 or 3 years' time, he might even be higher than someone like this Turkish kid. There's also obviously going to be loads of Indian juniors coming through. That probably half of them we've not even heard of yet. There's Bodhano, who's English. She's fantastic talent. Lucky to have her at the moment. Shreris Royal. So not only do people here playing this tournament incredibly strong, but it's just going to get stronger and stronger over the next few years. So yeah, it is a problem actually for someone like me in a way. It's just like, where do you fit in? Because with the top of chess getting stronger and stronger, like how easy is it to like make an impact? On the other hand, you're never short of competitive games, so that's another. And, you know, as a GM, should you be playing a lot of weekend tournaments in England which aren't relatively strong? Is it even worth playing them? You know, for example, there's quite a few weekend tournaments coming up. I was supposed to be playing a tournament in Ireland this week. Not really looking forward to the flight. Don't like flying. But after that, there's a few weekenders. There's Cambridge is coming up as well soon, which is in February. There's Cambridge tournament. Michael Adams won last year. He's in it again this year. I think he'll be the top seed. There's some good players in it though. I think there's somebody from overseas who's playing this quite strong as well, potentially. And there's also people like Fernandez, young good English players like Fernandez. Amit Gartzi, I think, is playing. I didn't get in the field though this year, so yeah, it's tough, you know, to even get in the field because they've only got a limited number of conditions. You're not necessarily going to get in all of these tournaments. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got King and Queen. 2474. Here we go. Good luck to me. Good luck to King and Queen. Right, let's just go D4. That's normally what I play. Right, finally we get a move in Title Tuesday. Interesting. Right, we'll play the Catalan. Okay, they're probably going to go Bishop B4 at some point. There's also this move. C5 is an option. Right, I'll go there. Okay, he's attacking that. Maybe A3 to kind of... Yeah. If they drop back, do I go E3 maybe, potentially? I'm probably going to go E3 and try and go Queen E2. Ah, he's played that move, which is annoying. Okay, we're going to go here because it's like a move, but no, it's probably not. We can just castle. Yeah, I thought maybe here I had something with knight e4, but he's got knight e4 is an option. He's got queen d3 actually. Or knight d5. Yeah. So rook d1 here looks normal. Yeah, that's a decent move, right? So maybe I just castle, time to get out of dodge. Although he's got like b5 options actually, which I missed. So we go queen h5. Okay, I'm going to try this move and try and... yeah, he can win a pawn, but... I thought e4 was a good option here, but maybe it's not. E4 is going to be the knight, right? Yeah, I'm not sure about e4 is because of blocking the bishop. Okay, we're going to go gung-ho here. If he goes... if he takes the bishop, I've got bishop b4 at the end. Okay. No, he's not bothered with that. So as bishop c3 goes f6. There's f5 here. Maybe f5 and try and... Well, he's got e5. Yeah, that was a bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm going to try g4 and then probably should have put the... Yeah, because I want to go like g5. Okay, just bishop c1. Hey, king h1 and g5. So trade, rook d3's got... I guess I trade. I've also got b3 as an option. Rook d3's got... I'm going to go here so I can go rook e3. Rook e3, rook h3. It's possible. Okay, rook... okay, yeah, maybe he's got like h5 now. Yeah, which I missed, and now he can go 92, which is... Okay, we'll try bishop f3. Because now maybe I'll go g5. Okay, he's in there, which I also missed. Very clever. Okay, I've got an idea here. I'm not sure it works. If he takes the bishop, I'll go rook g1. No, he didn't even care about that. Okay, if I take... So I'm threatening rook h6. Okay, we'll go rook h6, so he's going to take on e4, but then feel like I should be winning. Like take, there's also queen h6. Queen e7, sorry. Queen e7, queen h6, bishop h6, rook g8, queen e5, or just take, queen... Yeah, I think this is winning, right? And then here. Because rook f7, go queen e8, queen f7. Yeah, this is only try. Okay, so check. Maybe just withdraw the queen, right? Yeah. Okay, h6 is winning, yeah. And then queen mate. Okay, not a great game. Analysis. How accurate was it? Oh, you can guess like Kramnik does. No, not particularly accurate. 89%. Not terrible. So basically, yeah. So we're on 2 out of 2. That's a good start. But obviously it's going to get tougher. Not that it wasn't tough. I think he was doing well at one point. My position was not good. No, actually didn't mind my position. Maybe knight d6. Okay. f4. Okay, f5, and then yeah, and then it says I was better. Queen h5. Or just easier to play for white. I mean, probably misplayed it later, but yeah, I thought I didn't want to go rook d3 because he goes knight e2 and he can eliminate the bishop, which is an important attacking piece. Yeah, g5 was much stronger. I did consider ideas of g5 there. Actually, that friend's g6. Yeah, it would have been crushing. So it was bishop f3 is quite a bad move. Not actually, no, not that bad. Yeah, so king h1. The idea was if he goes bishop g4, you go rook g1. I think that was my idea. Well, there was something wrong with it. I'm not sure what, but yeah, maybe it was just rook g1. If he takes on f3, you take out the rook. And if he goes queen h7, maybe rook f6 is strong. Threatening rook h6. Anyway, yeah, nerve-wracking, but I got through. So, we move on to the next game. Probably will play a big boy next. Like a Magnus or a Hikaru or something. A Firouzja. All we can do is do our best. And hope it's somehow enough. But yeah, you want to test yourself against the best. Ultimately, you know, why else do you play chess? You know, it's an honour to play some of these players. You know, it shouldn't really be about like bullying weaker players, lower rated players. It should be about trying to compete against the best, find out how good you are. But somehow, yeah, I always feel actually when I play, funny enough, even though I'm nervous about it, I find when I play better players, it does tend to bring out the best in me. Partly because I'm aware of the danger they have, and then therefore I'm focusing a little bit more. Well, certainly in classical tournaments. I don't know about blitz tournaments, but even though it was some blitz tournaments I remember I played back in the day, like I played a tournament in Scotland. Nightmarish was playing, Michael Adams was playing, and it was quite a strong event, and I managed to do quite well. So that would be a good example of an over-the-board blitz tournament, which was relatively strong, and I did reasonably well in. I showed winning against Adams in one of the games, but even got put on YouTube, I think. But I messed it up and only drew. I missed at the end. I could have won a piece, and he didn't have a great event actually. I think he lost to Ketivan towards the end of the event. But that was quite a few years ago. Funny how life just passes you by, right? We're still waiting for round. I don't know why we're still waiting. Yeah, it's still round 2, right? There's still games goes. Benjamin Bott was another person flagged up by Kramnik. And there's a couple of players there as well. They're still going. One's from South Africa, the other one's from India. Well, judging by the flags, anyway. So who do people think will be on top in like 5 or 10 years' time? Do they think it'll be someone like Prague, or will it be someone? I find, yeah, the whole storylines in chess now very interesting. You know, especially going into the candidates. Because you've got all these good young players now, like Gukesh is in the mix. Pragananda is in the mix. We've got Firouzja who's there. Abdul Sattarov feels like he's going to be a force. I don't think he's playing the candidates, is he? So I think the candidates is Caruana. I've got this Jospin, who I played before actually. Funny enough, I was looking at a game I had against him before. He's obviously very good. I went e4 against him. This time I'm going to go d4. Okay. Yeah, maybe queen e2 is a move. We'll go d5, I think. So now we've got this kind of setup. Right, rook d1. Well, what does that do? Not a lot. Knight e5. Yeah, I've had these kind of positions before. Maybe rook c1. Sometimes you might go c5, but probably not immediately. It's not f1 a move here, but no, I don't like it. Maybe g3 and just wait to see what he does. Oh yeah, of course he's going to do that, yeah. Yeah, because I want to go knight e5 here, but he takes on c4, which is a little bit of an issue. So we might prepare that idea with queen e3 and knight e5, but then he's still going to go... Yeah, he's still going to go... Maybe c5 is a move. If you take out a rook. He does have e5, or knight d7 is an option. Knight d7, rook c2. Ah, now e5. No, I thought you'd go e5 there. Can I go knight e5? Is that a bad move? Or rook c1, or bishop b5 maybe is possible. Because e5 would take on c6. Could still take on c6. Another option is a4. Okay, do I want to take on c6 now? Maybe I want to take on c6 now, right? Of course, I've got to be very careful because my dark squares are my light squares, sorry, are weak. He might play me on knight f6, or e5 is also an option. I'm probably just going to play moves like king g2, queen f4 if he does nothing. But it's very rare that these players will do nothing. Obviously he's very good, right? He's very fast as well. I need to stay ahead of the clock. I know he's a very good bullet player. Yeah, that was a move that I did. I think he wants to go knight e4, so I'm going to go knight e5. Can I trade and go rook c6? He goes queen b7. Or trade and go queen f4 is another option. There's f6. Okay, so this is calculation central. Knight d7, he's got queen back. Yeah, queen f4, maybe it feels a bit too obvious. Queen b3 he won't play, but he could play a move like f6. We're going to try rook c6, just a gut feeling, and then come here. Yeah, the danger is that... Yeah, maybe I would go bishop c1 at some point, right? I can't move the queen yet, but well, maybe I'm threatening queen a5. Bishop e2 is an option. Bishop e2, rook c7. Okay, you could also go rook c8 and go for the endgame. This is another option, but then a5 will be hanging at the end. I don't think he'll do that. If f6 is rook c7, queen d5. So there's queen a5 here. There's no, knight f7 is also an option. Knight f7 doesn't look right somehow. Rook c7, he takes on b3. Maybe queen a5 if it doesn't lose. Yeah, I just don't have any time. I'm so slow. I think we probably go queen e5, I think. Yeah. So rook c6. Or queen... I was just playing on instinct here. Okay, I could go here, right? If I take, you go queen check. Queen d1, I think. King G7. That was Rook B8 and Queen B5 maybe. Okay, I need to try and somehow coordinate this. Try and make a draw. Ah, I've allowed Queen A1. He's missed it. He's still doing well. Probably going to lose on time, right? He wants to put the queen on F3, I think. We'll be slightly careful. Or queen on F5. Yeah, I've allowed mate in one. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, he outplayed me. I think I was doing well at one point. Maybe, I'm not sure if I was winning, but felt better for white. Yeah. Idiot. No, not here, but I think it was just like a touch slow, really. Yeah, so maybe this was the best line. Like this is the top line. I'm slightly suffering here. But I shouldn't give up the A pawn so easily. Yeah, because I think he missed an easier win like in the game because I blundered. Like King G1 blundered Queen A1. So did you go Queen F6 first or like blundered Queen A1? Yeah. But okay, I lost anyway. That's all that matters. So he moves on. 2 out of 3. 3 out of 3, sorry, I'm on 2 out of 3. But yeah, it's tough because even if I beat that guy, I have beaten him before. But even if I beat that guy, I'm then going to get another 3,000 plus. It just carries on and on and on, relentlessly. Even in the final position, yeah, it's probably objectively a draw, but I have no time. Because his pawn structure is not great. In terms of improving his pawns, he's probably not going to be able to win this like against best defense. But obviously, King H3 is like panic. If I was thinking calmly, had more time, but it always comes down to the time. You just don't have enough time. Yeah, rapid play game. I might even draw this in a rapid play game again. Against a player this strong, he's probably going to find a way to. I mean, he could probably play. Eventually, if you go Queen F4, could they go Queen E7? And then maybe you could argue he's made some progress. But again, Queen F3, and how does he make progress? King G7 and F6, but even F6 is not be enough to win the game, probably. So objectively a draw, but yeah, he just had more time, he's quicker, and I lost the game. Sad. Never mind. But yeah, I think that was one of the guys who was flagged up as being a bit sus. Jose, is it? Pepe, something Jose Pepe Cuanco, so his GM. But I don't know if he is sus. But people have said, he's a bit sus, because he's not a very strong GM over the board, but he's very good at blitz. Maybe he's 2600 actually, or 25 high 2500s. But yeah, a lot, pretty much everybody who has played Title Tuesday or, does well in Title Tuesday has been flagged up by someone like Kramnik as being suspicious. As if he's the defining judge or whatever. I think what you could argue with Title Tuesday. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm using analysis. Oh, we started the next round. I didn't realise. Okay, so I'm babbling so much. Right. I didn't even realise. Okay, it's going to be another tough game. We're going to go E5. Yeah, so this line always seems to get in a mess in, but I'm going to try it again. Never seem to get the theory right in these variations. So normally they aim for B4 at some point, yeah. And now he can go D4, so maybe I slightly misplayed it. Might still be okay. If knight takes, you even go knight E7, but I'm going to go knight F6. It seems more reasonable. Right, so bishop G4, F3. There's also at some point knight, yeah, so let's start with this. He could have maybe gone knight F5 in the previous move, actually. Might have, yeah, I don't know. But now B3. Okay, I'm going to go here and then withdraw the bishop. I guess he'll go F3. Yeah, so I want to play moves like A4 and rook E8 is also natural. There's even queen B6 here, which is kind of transparent. Apparently knight C4, we can go rook B1. Then yeah, okay, he's gone there. Also reasonable. Maybe at some point he'll go E4, right? Yep. Okay, rook D8. Maybe I want to try and bring the queen back now. Queen C8 maybe is an option. To go bishop H3. Make his king slightly weaker. Yeah, the problem with queen C8 now, he wants king H2, right? H5 is not working. It's like... Okay, there's moves like knight C4 and rook E3, but they're too early. I kind of feel that move was a bit suspicious, actually. There's also D5 here as an option. D5. Oh, he does an F4, which I'd missed. No, that's stupid. So now, okay, knight G6. If he takes, I'll take on E3, maybe. But then he can take on C6, right? Yeah, I don't know what happens now. It gets very murky. So CD, rook E3, DC6, BC6. There's knight C6. Maybe there's other options here as well, but there's also C5. The C5 is kind of interesting, but maybe you can go B4. Not sure. C5, my idea was to go, yeah, I think I probably should take actually. So he's going to take this. Right, there's also rook G3 and take on D7. I'm going to just take back. So if knight C6, I probably should take, because otherwise... Oh no, you can't really go knight C6 because of bishop C6 hits his queen. Or it looks risky anyway. I've got this orange peel in my mouth because I'm nervous. So I'm hitting G3. If he doesn't take, I'm probably going to go C5. Yeah, but this is kind of murky position I like to play, really. Where you've got lots of options. Yeah, that move I didn't consider. I could go rook E8. But now he can trade and take on C6 because I'm not... Yeah, I'm then not hitting... I probably would then go queen E7. So rook E3, knight C6. Bishop C6, rook C6, queen E7. And if rook C8, knight F8. Okay, he's gone for something else. There's moves like rook e1 here. Rook e1 might be good because I think he's blundered rook e1 actually. Please don't mouse slip now. Because now I take on the c5, I think he's blundered this. It was a murky position and he's kind of blundered. So I'll try and bring the bit... still not completely trivial. Yeah, because I could take on d4, I could take on d4, I could go bishop. I'm going to go bishop back. My idea now is c5. Yeah, c5. Okay, if I trade, there's got to be a move here. There's got to be a move here, right? There's queen b6 maybe. It takes, and now take this. Okay, so bishop come back. Yeah, he's still got this pawn, right? Yeah, it's still not that easy. Even maybe knight e8. What's he threatening though? He's not actually threatening anything immediately. Maybe h5 and just get on with it. Threaten h4. I think the important thing here is not to, yeah, so now he's threatening knight e7. I've blundered f4. Okay, I'm just going to take this guy. And try and line up like queen f5 move. g6 I need. Okay, they should be winning now. Yeah, then queen e2 and pick up the rook. So nervous game, but I got the job done. Yeah, a little bit nervy. At one point I nearly panicked. Well, I did panic. Okay, that was round 4, so normally you have a break after round 4, right? But there was one moment where, yeah, this has got very complicated. Very interesting position, actually. Yeah, I did consider like piece sacrifices, but rook e3 felt practically reasonable, right? Didn't like that move, actually. Should take out a bishop. Well, bishop h3 is very strong. Wow. That's nuts. Yeah, that was quite a poor move, actually, just take him out of a pawn. But it's kind of a human-like error, right? Bishop takes. Well, the main idea is this pin. They can't take with a knight because of this rook. So that was quite a bad error. And then he also, well, we both started making big mistakes, actually. He should take and go knight b5, and he's a lot better. Because in some way this bishop is hanging on d7 because of bishop f6. But yeah, it's kind of a position where the computer plays like immaculately, but human. Probably I was always winning after that. So this is kind of desperation what he's doing, right? And I knew I always had the option of going bishop d6, and given I've already 2 pieces effectively up, I've also got the option of going bishop d6. But knight e7, yeah, computer just sees knight e7 is good, or knight e5 for knight g3. Yeah, it wasn't the most effective way to get it done, but I felt like this was enough. If he takes on c7, I'm going to move the bishop, like bishop e6 or something. And then it should be winning, or bishop f5. But yeah, they were kind of panicked, yeah, because I went f5. Actually, I also considered, like here, I considered going h4. You know, I considered like crazy line like this, and then taking. But then I realised he had like knight e7 ideas eventually, and I kind of decided that would be stupid, you know. So yeah, I allowed this. I mean, he's still worse after f5, but he really after queen b5 is just easily winning. And I thought, you know, let's just practically take that because, you know, his king is so it's worth reinvesting in material because his king is now so exposed, especially on the dark squares. So he's never going to survive this. I should have gone queen g3 actually. Queen f3 was a shocker as well. Queen g3 I didn't see. Like, fairly obvious. Puzzle rush, I would have seen that, but... Yeah, and then after that, yeah, the only thing you don't fall for is I actually nearly missed that queen takes... Well, queen takes c6 would be a draw because knight e7, and then you can go f6 eventually and go g5, and then you still make a draw, but... That's the only thing you don't fall for, and if you don't fall for that, you're just going to win, basically. Because his h-pawn's going to draw. So anyway, so that was so reasonably successful first 4 games. You know, gained some points. Only person I lost to was like a top player. So we'll see if we can continue. I'll come back. So I'll close that out. Shall I close that out? I'll close out the analysis because you're not supposed to, yeah. So we're back in, yeah, so I should be closing those windows, right? I should remember that in future. Close those windows when you know, as soon as you can. Reverse Sicilian Kramnik Shirov character, that's right. It got popularised in the 1990s, so I used to play it a lot. What about the opening, actually? What's the opening is saying in the opening? Yeah, I think this is okay for black, actually. I just took... Knight d7 is a better move. Yeah, because ED, and he's got a central... He's got a space advantage. So you should maintain this pawn, actually. It's interesting. With either queen c7 or knight d7, and you're okay. Which would justify my opening choice. I didn't play that. I might even do a book on the Kramnik Shirov because it's quite a popular opening. It's quite a, or beating the English. I'm sure that book's been done. There's so many chess books out. I was talking about this earlier. That it's very saturated, the whole chess market now, because everybody's doing the same thing. You know, so you're competing with so many people and often very strong players because. Before Chessable came along, there weren't actually that many strong GMs who would publish. You know, normally strong GMs, like when I say strong, I say 2600 plus probably. Would normally rely on stuff like coaching and playing in tournaments and also playing in leagues to kind of supplement their income. However, or maybe occasionally writing books. I think when Chessable came along, it kind of changed people's mentality. They were like, well, yeah, I can knock out a book in maybe a month. I think if you really, you know, you could knock out a Chessable course in really like a month, you know, like if you really hit it hard, you know, if you work 4 to 6 hours a day or maybe more. It shouldn't be that hard, even if you include the filming as well. Maybe less, right? Depends what you're writing about. I remember talking to Joe Gallagher once, and I think he said he wrote a book in about a week once, or it's like his Anti-Sicilians book. He just spent like, he was doing like 10-hour days or something, and just writing like crazy. And that was the days before you really had chess space and engines. It's probably easier now. So, yeah, it's tough. But yeah, I think that is a good source of income for people, especially people who have been successful in Chessable. They say, well, look, I'll knock out a course it'll make X amount of thousands, and I'll do 4 or 5 a year, and that'll free me up to sort of do other stuff. I think that was my plan when I did Sharp Middle Games 2, Sharp Middle Games 3. But I didn't realise the whole chessboard market had become oversaturated. It's everybody trying the same thing. The easy money had gone. The courses weren't that successful. I think they were pretty good courses actually, but they just weren't particularly successful, sadly. And most people go for opening courses. Because a lot of amateur players, they just sit at home, they don't have that much time to study chess, they need to know the opening when they're playing. So a lot of people are obsessed with openings. So if you write an openings course, it's probably going to be a better seller. Yeah, this old Kramnik shove, so maybe it is playable. What I did was okay, right? Does he have any other way of playing other than the A3? Yeah, if you go knight E3, you go knight F6. If knight F3, you go knight C6. Right, I'll try and remember that for future. Probably forget. I think, yeah, okay, so the way I played actually with C6, they could also go D4. That's also critical. Was reasonable. Queen E7 actually more accurate, just preventing D4. But yeah, this whole Zoom thing, like checking people, I don't really see the point, because they've never seen to ban anyone anyway, right? When did they ever ban people? Like, you just see the same people, and, you know, if there are people cheating at the top, you don't see... Okay, now I've got Richard Levier, I don't know who that is. Obviously quite a decent player. It sounds like he's from Costa Rica or something. Looking at that flag, I'm not sure about that flag, maybe Paraguay. Those sort of South American, Central American. Okay, we'll go for this again. Okay, we're going to play this line with Bishop G5. It's a bit scary though, because it does give Black a lot of chances to counter-attack. Yeah, normally come back and then argue that Queen D2 is... I think he'll go E5 or C5. He's gone there, which is an interesting move. But he wants to go E5. Not really mad keen on this position now. Maybe we'll go knight E2. Okay, Queen D2. Yep. Okay, I might go G3, but I'm not... No, maybe I should go D5. I'll go G3. I don't really like it very much. It wants like B5. Okay, I'm going to go here. Okay, I guess he'll go B4. Do I want knight A4? Do I want knight? I think I'll go here and then try and go B3. Like rook FC1. I hit his... Oh, he's got bishop B5, which I missed. Okay, he can take now. Take and go Queen D7. Well, then there's Queen C2, maybe Knight B2, try and prevent... Oh, he wants Knight E7, right? I should have gone Queen C2, that was really careless. Okay, Knight D7. Okay, so his idea is to take, and then... yeah, which is quite a powerful one, which is to take, and then... take on D4. Yeah. So he's not throwing that immediately because I've got rook c6. So I might play this. If he takes, just take back. Yeah, so take care. Gotta do this. Ah, then he goes Queen f6, right? Oh no, okay, we'll come back. Okay, yeah, I'm missing all these moves, which is never a good sign. So one of my problems is this crappy knight on b2. Okay, I'm going to take and go rook d1. He takes to the knight, I go rook d1, but I'm worried about a later rook a8. I'll still go rook d1. got to be careful about... Oh, he's got knight e5 options. If knight c4 now... Like if he takes, I've got queen d7, but then he's got rook d8. So maybe if... No, he's not taking. I've got knight d6, maybe. There's bishop d4. What options have I got? I'm probably going to lose on time at some point. It's also bishop h6, interesting move. There's even queen d6 is possible. Maybe I should go there and try and get the queens off. Well, now he's got bishop c4. He's even got bishop d4 at some point. Well, bishop d4, immediately go queen a6. I feel like this is very sticky for me. Well, bishop c4, maybe queen a6 and rook d7. You could argue c5 is weak. Somehow I'm not convinced about that. Then bishop c3. Very unclear. Rook bishop c5, d8. Very hard to assess. Yeah, trade and then go bishop f1, but he goes rook d1. So I think he's thinking about this. Yeah, that's also possible. If bishop c5, I mean, how bad is this? Queen b4 now? Oh, frick. Missed that move. Nasty. Yeah, very nasty. Yeah, you can go bishop d3, for example. Yeah, maybe g4 and try and... it's careless what I'm doing there. Yeah, bad game by me. Maybe nervous. h5, maybe f4 and go e5. Yeah, e5 is not a threat. Okay, it's rook c7. Oh, he wants rook h8. Fuck. Yeah, this is bad news. Very bad news. He gets that in and busted. Okay, like rook h8 and take. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, bad game that one. I think I was just doing... Who is this guy anyway? Not a great player at all. Shouldn't be losing to people like this. And an older guy as well. Which also makes it worse. Just a bad game. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be going down to Kings Indian. I always seem to have a bad record in these kind of positions, but at some point I was doing well, but I've just used too much time, and then yeah, that was a stupid move really. I should just play a sensible move and just carry on the game. Bishop c5 was just impractical, and taking was like moronic. Maybe some slight rust. Don't want to use excuses, but I haven't played much blitz recently. I think queen b4 is just very easy to work out why it's bad. So I need a... Yeah, well, obviously after that it's just like terminal. I mean, it's just really, really lost. Because, okay, I mean, h4 is not good, but you're never going to survive here, given he's still got the dark square bishop. which is what the King's Indian players love. So that was a bad game. So now I'm losing points. Also, you shouldn't be losing to some like old, you know, it's normally the juniors, cocky juniors you lose to. Anyway, these things happen. I just have to venture on through the wilderness, through the depression. Would Richard Levy Peter a good sport? It doesn't really matter whether they're a good sport or not. It doesn't matter, does it? Because the title choose, they never ban anyone, and if they do, they can come back in a few months. I'll go back to reading my book, Tournament Battle Plan. What a great book. Reasonable book, but yeah, maybe a little bit random at times. It's not actually out yet, but I think it's coming out in May or March, or it's coming out in the next few months. Release to buy. I recommend buying it. It's got a lot of interesting material in it, a lot of entertaining material in it. There's a lot of good writing in it. I think that's the main thing. I try to really bring, you know, World of Chess to life through my writing. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're a good writer," blah blah blah. I think I am, but it's hard to like sell a lot of chess books, right? You know, you're never going to be the next J.R.R. Tolkien or Stephen King through chess because it's a limited market. So it's like a specialised market. It's like if you're writing books about fishing or I don't know. Yeah, if you're writing a book about poker, for example, similar. I think the old theory was I think you like the best you could do would be like you'd make $3,000 out of a chess book. But now there's more potential. Probably there's more. You know, there's more. You know, people who will buy books. There's a wider audience probably, but yeah. But then again, it's also more saturated. Obviously back in the day, you know, if something was written by Garry Kasparov, it was going to sell a lot. Yeah, Magnus Carlsen did a couple of chessable courses. I don't know how well they sold. Right, I've got another opponent now. Really need to bounce back after poor result. Got Maxim Novik, GM. He's a GM as well. Weird that he's down from Lithuania. Oh, he's Lithuanian, right? Okay, we'll play the knight off, right? Knight c6. Yeah, I really need to bounce back after the depressing result. I'm going to go e5 and then bishop e6. I guess he wants to go bishop b6, or maybe knight a4, right? The bishop e3 is a move. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm not sure about it. Because my idea is to maybe just, I want to get in d5. Although d5 is not necessary. Well, it's going to be effective here with his bishop on e3 is knight on c3. So d5 now is a threat. So he'd probably take, I think, yeah. And then work out what to play. Queen e8 has got, yeah, I think it should just go here anyway. Unless I'm dropping e5, I should just do this. Now there is a danger I will drop. Well, he's going to go rook e1 at some point. Maybe queen h5 is a move. Yeah, I'm afraid of rook e1. Okay, he's also got that move which I missed. I do have bishop b4 though, so I'll try bishop b4. It's now threatening to take and take on e4. He doesn't want to liberate my pawns. He doesn't want to take on d5. So I think he might play something like f3. Even though it looks a bit wet. Yeah, f3 is a decent move. f3 does not... Okay, he's got that move. There's bishop d6 now. f3, yeah. I could take on e4 actually and just claim my pawn up. If I go knight h5, he's got g3. If I take on e4, he takes. Knight e4, rook f8, bishop f8. What's the evaluation there? I don't know. I don't know if I've got any better options. There's also moves like c5. He's going to jump back to... There's also d4 there somehow. Yeah, tricky position because I really want to take on e4. It feels like the correct way, but... Okay, I'm just going to go with my gut feeling and take that pawn. Probably a mistake, but I'm going to do it. So he's going to somehow hit the knight. Like rook e1 or something. There's also knight g5 and knight f7. I should try and hang on to the extra pawn for as long as possible. There's queen e3 actually. Queen e3 is a good... Yeah, that's a good option because now... There's knight e6, knight c4. I don't really know what that does. Queen g6, he goes rook e1. Oh, but then knight g5 maybe. Yeah, rook e1, knight g5. He can't take on e5 because he's losing the queen too. There's also queen c2's threat now. Yeah, so that's a decent move. There's bishop, queen c2 goes queen e5, right? I mean, the biggest problem here is activating the rook on a8. Because how do I activate the rook? Queen c2, rook, queen e5, queen g6 though. Maybe I should just take his pawn, right? Oh, for frig's sake, what are you doing, Gormali, you idiot? Such a spastic move. I'm so weak at chess. Fuck's sake, you fucking idiot. Maybe I've been playing too much Puzzle Rush. That's just so bad. Yeah, the problem is I'm just like forgetting about basic. Yeah, it's really annoying myself now. This is just dead lost now. He's even got queen c6. Well, he could have gone queen c6, which was also good. Okay, bishop b4. Again, I still can't activate this queen rook. Yeah, really stupid game. Okay, we'll go rook g8. Oh, but now he can take again, yeah. I should at least try queen c2. Try and hold. Well, I'll try that move. There's also, yeah, queen c2. Try and push the pawn. He's quite slow, this guy. I think he's an older geezer. Right, I'm about to lose to two older people in a row. So he wants knight f7 and... Yeah, I'm not trusting... I think he wants queen g... Okay, we're going to go here. Okay, there's queen e4 maybe. He's misplaying this, but he's still obviously winning. Oh, very clever, very clever. He wants checkmate. So I may have to go queen b1. Oh, wait a sec. Is a queen e3 a move now? Queen e3. Oh, he's got like rook f2, right? It doesn't really help me that much because he's still threatening these checkmates. Yeah, not a good game by me. Fuck's sakes. What am I doing? What an absolute idiot. Depressing game chess at times, right? When you play like an idiot. I've got c4. I've got queen e4 again. Yeah. So can I trick him? Maybe try this. Yeah, that move's good. Yeah, very annoying move, that one. He's obviously lost. He's got bishop g3 though, that's the problem. Still winning. Still not loving police. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, still winning. Okay, maybe here. Yep. Guys got that move. Yep, check. Ah, I lost the rook. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that was a poor game, really. Like, just a stupid blunder. When I actually, yeah, played, it's quite difficult, to, I think, to comment and play, you know, because you lose concentration. At some point, I blundered the whole piece. Very trivial. Yeah, I thought bishop b4 was my best option. So when I took the pawn on e4, I thought I was doing quite well, but maybe that wasn't the best option. Yeah, even rook c8 maybe is quite a tricky move to find, rook c8. And then just go c5. I did think about, what about c5 immediately? How bad is that? Quite reasonable. And knight h5 was also, well, yeah, I thought you go g3, yeah. But then you go back and then you claim, yeah, basically lots of good options for black. Knight d7 also interesting option. But probably taking a pawn wasn't correct, because it wasn't that bad, but it's just, it just gave him a clear target. So I was quite proud of that queen g6 move, but apparently knight c3 is quite good. Yeah, and like here yeah, but why go queen c2 is so moronic. It's like, I'm just rusty and losing concentration. So that's poor. Okay, I got a streamer now, I've got to close that out. Playing Jakov. Usually from Africa somewhere. Doesn't say anyway, but okay. We've got 3 out of 6, I think. Not doing well at all. Need to come back. Need to come back. Yeah, knight b6 maybe. Normally I want to, yeah, castle. Okay, you can go h3. There's also bishop g4 options. I guess he goes h3, that kind of provokes. Maybe knight c6 is an interesting option. Because if he goes d5, we got knight a5, exchange the bishop. Yeah, I don't really think that's a very accurate move, because I've got knight a5 here, right? There's also bishop g4, but then he'll castle. And then when I take, he'll just take back and then argue that. Not sure about knight a5 actually, but I'm going to try it. So he could castle, because knight c4, he'll just move the queen. He's actually moved the queen immediately. It's actually quite reasonable, because he wants... Okay, I'm going to trade. And argue I've got a comfortable game. Although he might take and go bishop g5 at any moment. There's b6 here as an option. There's also bishop f5 is possible. Maybe bishop f5 actually. Oh, you can take and go c4. Yeah, I'm not sure my last move was very good. It's possible knight b4 was a better option. To keep the tension of the position, because rook a4 you can go a5. Yes, I think you should take and go c4, but then you go queen e4 maybe. Still unclear, I think. I'm okay. So now knight b4, I want to play knight b4. So he's got rook c1. Yeah, maybe a5 and then just fix the knight. And sometimes you can go like rook a6. Bit fancy. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to go here. Which cuts out my rook a6 option, but solidifies to some extent. Yeah, that move I missed. There's queen d6 here. There's also c5. Maybe c5 is a move. Of course, you start getting scar tissue. You start worrying if I blundered again. You know, every time you make some kind of unusual looking move. So take he wants bishop takes, right? Okay, I'm going to do that. But now I have to be wary about knight c4 ideas. There's knight d5, there's queen d5 doesn't work because knight c. There's rook c8, he's got knight. Yeah, maybe rook c8 is an option actually. But he's got c3, he's also got knight a7. Knight a7 is rook c2. Okay, so he's got lots. No, knight a7 didn't work because rook. Yeah. There's knight d3 here. Take on d4 is interesting. There's also f6 actually, because now he hasn't got c4 anymore. So I go here. Okay, there's queen d3. I need to get a wiggle on it. Okay, I'll try queen d3 and try and go for the endgame. I mean, b3 is quite weak, which is in my favour. So rook d1, there's also knight c5 here. I'm going to go rook d8 and stop knight d6. He could go g4, but then g4 does bishop e4. Maybe bishop f8 if I get the opportunity. Yeah, decent move that actually. If knight c5, maybe knight c5 is an option. Don't. If knight d6, then knight b3 maybe. Give out the exchange, or rook d6 and knight b3. Do I give out the exchange? No, I don't. Probably don't do that. Maybe just go rook d, just rook b8, right? I take back, and then try and claim. I've made some progress. Okay, go here. You can take, go rook a6. An option. Come there. Maybe rook c8. Hit his weak pawn. Yeah. I guess he trades now. At some point develop the king. King f7. The problem is if he trades, then he has a big problem with his... he can't move the rook on b1. So I think his last move was quite a big mistake. Yeah, now rook d4. Okay, so this is just about the time, right? Maybe king here, right? Yeah, so this move is annoying. Let's do king e7, stop his rook getting in. Okay, I'm just going to go here, try trade. Maybe bishop h6. He's got that move which I missed. Bishop h6 for an e4, right? Yeah, now I think he's in trouble. He's got that move which I missed. Okay, we go here and then bishop c1. Okay, it should be winning now because bishop d2 is coming. Okay, we're going to try and imprison his knight. Bishop d2. Go for checkmate. Okay, I won. So it was a good comeback after a couple of very poor games in a row. And that guy played pretty well. I thought it was a pretty close game. I think he was, at some point he was a lot better. Maybe. Not sure. Not sure. Got to be careful about the time of these because I seem to be missing. Yeah, I felt like I can try. I probably rook b8. You know, normally I go for these stupid like sacks. Like I think it's actually not bad. Actually, this. Yeah, I like the idea of doing this and just getting the bishop pair. Maybe in a proper game I would have done that because I feel like his chances of surviving after rook b8 are probably no worse anyway. Than what happened in the game. I felt like round about here he was a lot better actually. No, that was a misevaluation. I thought knight b5 was a really good move, but actually maybe if you review the game, maybe it was quite an accurate game. Yeah, 91, that was good. Good. I've had some decent games tonight. This guy looks a little bit like Kareem Al-Jabbar, the basketball player. I was reading about him actually. Apparently he had a kind of a feud. There was another guy who was really tall. What was his name? Wilt Chamberlain, I think. And he was really tall. And they're both over 7 feet, right? Which even by basketball standards is pretty tall. It's like behemoths. And they didn't really get on, apparently. They weren't very good friends. I can't remember why, but possibly jealousy, because I think Kareem Al-Jabbar was a bit younger than Wilt Chamberlain. But there was a rumoured boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Wilt Chamberlain. Obviously, Wilt Chamberlain a lot taller than Muhammad Ali, but that wouldn't necessarily have equated to beating him in the boxing ring. In fact, if they'd have fought in a boxing ring, there'd have only been one winner. It wouldn't have been the basketball player. But it is quite interesting, yeah, the idea that you could fight at heavyweight boxing level. But then you get these behemoths now, like people like Tyson Fury, who's well over 6 foot, right? He's like 6 foot. I think he claims he's 6'9", but I think that might be a slight exaggeration. Somebody was saying that might be a slight exaggeration. And now he's fighting this Ukrainian guy, Alexander. How's it? Right, we'll come out of the analysis and let's go back into the. So I'm on 4 out of 7, not a good score. Who's leading? Standings, right? Jospin's got. Oh, right. So, it could be Hans versus Magnus. Well, in theory, it's obviously going to be Jospin versus Hans on Twitch next. I can see there being a banning of Hans, you know. There could be another banning of Hans. Because he cheated before. But yeah, he wasn't any better than he is now. Now he's higher rated than he was before when he was caught cheating. So what does that make you think? Well, he must have improved or something weird is going on. But again, yeah, there's a lot of people. Like that Jospin, the guy I lost to. He's not particularly high. He's lower rated than Hans at FIDE Classical. No, yeah, I was chatting to somebody. It's quite a good line for black, actually. Right, I'm going to castle. Okay, that's a decent move, yeah. So he wants to play bishop g4. The problem is that bishop, and I'm going to stop him developing. Bishop f5 is an option. Also e4, yeah, that move I'm underestimated. Yeah, I shouldn't, yeah, I was trying to stop bishop g4, but I allowed e4, which is careless. So now he's going full in for the attack. Don't like my position, something's gone wrong here. Okay, I'm going to try rook e1, so I've got knight f1 options. If knight e5, bishop e2, yeah, I'm just going to have to try and survive here. This is not a good game. Okay, so knight f1. Yeah, it's just like, if he goes knight e5, he blocks the bishop so that knight g3 becomes possible. He's not allowing any of that. I'm going to try this move. Oh no, hang on, I've allowed knight. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh no, I haven't allowed queen e5. I thought I'd allowed queen e5, but not quite, because yeah, so my idea is to put the queen on b3. Like, if he goes bishop e5, I'll probably go queen b3. Allow that. Well, then he can take and get knight a5, which is annoying. But then queen b5, and then he goes b6. Yeah, so I'll go here. He's going to take. So knight a5 does queen b5, I think. And then b6, you go maybe knight g3 or something. Or rook d1. Probably not that bad for white, actually. I mean, if I get the knight out, suddenly I'm back in the game to some degree. Or you can always drop back to g6. Yeah, he kind of wants to sort out his structure, you know, at some point by playing b6. Doesn't necessarily want to go knight e5, I think, because, well, A, he will drop b7. Also, B just allows knight g3 with tempo, hitting his bishop and his pawn. And obviously, all of that will be mute if he just if I just drop something big like I've been doing in these games. So rook d8 is obviously an option. Yeah, I wonder if I go knight e2 now. Now maybe come around at f4. At some point rook b1, but then he goes b6, right? He does have bishop h7 and then g5, but then h5's hanging. Also, and quite a lot up on the clock. Okay, now, yeah, queen b7 is going to drop. Okay, knight f4 looks natural. Oh, he's got rook b6. Rook b6 is queen a4. Yeah, I don't really want to take on... Okay, maybe I'll go a4 and then claim that. I'm going a5 and then putting him under a little bit of pressure. Okay, a5. He's got queen g5 idea. Okay, we'll take. Okay, maybe he wants g5. Yeah, can I go knight h5? Bishop there and then rook a7. Even rook a7 immediately is very strong, actually. Maybe rook a7 here. Because if he takes a take on d6 at the end, like e5 and then d6 is hanging. Otherwise g5 I'll get tremendous compensation. g5 will drop and I get tremendous compensation in exchange. So rook d7 I'll take and then... Yeah, I'll probably trade now and then go knight. Knight h5 doesn't work because bishop g. No, knight h5 does work because he hasn't got bishop g. He's got queen e5. But he's worse, I think. Like queen e5, you trade. Oh, that move I missed is also careless. Yeah, so now I've got to be a little bit careful because he's going for rook. He's going for bishop g6, right? So what is my grand plan? Maybe I don't have one. I mean, it's g4, but that kind of looks very weak in here. I don't like g4, but I'm going to give it a go. Bishop h5, bishop g6 I think I'll play. And now he'll surely take. He wants knight f3 check, winning the queen. Yeah, very dangerous. Okay, we'll go here. Oh, really? Take? Wow. Queen h4? Okay, f4 now? Oh, fuck. I missed something. Yeah. Okay, is rook b6? Maybe. He's got knight e4 though. Knight e4, maybe king h2. Okay, it seems like I got him. Checkmate with a bishop. You checkmate with it. I'm surprised I didn't get a message from. Yeah, very, very suspicious game. Not suspicious, well, in terms of cheating, but. So what's happening in the other games? Magnus Carlsen made hands on Twitch lost. Okay, so he's not cheating. I'll take it all back when I said the hands he didn't cheat. So Magnus is now on 7.5, so likely play the leader, Jospin. This exciting game. Almost tempted to withdraw and watch that game, yeah. See how Magnus does it, but no, I've got my own game. I don't like withdrawing. Withdrawing is for wimps, right? Vladimir Kramnik doing well. Very suspicious. Interesting. Yeah, that last game was very poor. I think it was totally busted at one point. Well, various points. But I probably got back into it, actually. And then, yeah, around about when I went rook a7, I thought it was being very clever. But maybe rook a7 was a bit premature. I could have gone knight h5 immediately. There was another option. I don't know if that would have changed much, because you still had this rook d7 idea. Bishop g6, rook a7, rook d7. But yeah, I just misplayed the opening very badly. So, right, this is round 8. I know this is round 8, so we're going to have a bit of a break, right? What was the Magnus Carlsen game like? Who was he playing? He's a bit of a genius, isn't he, Magnus? Probably the best player of all time, in my opinion. Well, certainly the best player this era, anyway. Yeah, most of his moves are just the best moves. He just knows what. Yeah, that's a bad move, though. Bad move, but no, that was Magnus is black. Yeah, I don't think Magnus would get this position as white. King b8 was also a mistake, right? Or not like an outright mistake, but not the best move. You should take, which looks very natural. What he did also looks pretty natural. But that's just a very bad move, and then he's just getting smashed. So okay, so maybe Hans isn't cheating. Then if he, what was the Hans game like then? So he's playing this guy that I lost to, who's got 8 out of 8 again. You could say, is that a little bit suspicious? Maybe, maybe not. He's obviously a very good player. Beat me very easily. Well, not very easily. It was quite a close game actually, but yeah, this doesn't look like a great opening for white, to be honest. Looks fine for black. Although he seems to get an edge. F6 looks correct. I think H4 is correct. Yeah, it's actually quite a tough struggle, right? Two engines fighting each other, two stockfishes. Queen A6, great move. Yeah, but now, that's like bad news, right? Rook A3, and then... Yeah, this guy's scarily accurate, isn't he? Like, yeah, taking and hands decided to resign. Yeah, no point playing, right? This guy's just like... Yeah. Impossible to play against this guy. So there are insinuations at the moment with title choosers. I feel like they will change something at some point. There's too much of this rumour mill. So what they'll change, they'll somehow improve their methods. I don't know how, but I feel like nobody getting banned. There's loads of people being accused, and yet nobody's getting banned. Nobody is getting banned. You know, it's like, who's R2? I've seen that guy before as well. Oh, Pranesh. Is that the Buddy Pranesh guy? There's Buddy Pranav, but he's playing a tournament at the moment, so probably not playing title Tuesday. Any other familiar names? I'm not doing very well, am I? I've only got, what have I got? 4 out? No, I've got 5 out of 8, I think. I've lost 3 games. So I'm having a bad tournament. So you got to venture on it. Hopefully I can win my last 3. Rounds 9, 10, 11. And then get to 11, get to 8 out of 11, which is what the leader is on at the moment. Wow. You should just get on with it, you know. I mean, when you're in there, you don't want these silly breaks. You just want to get on with it. So you could get a big showdown between Hans and Magnus at some point. This guy, I think, is this guy playing in the World Cup? Abasov, right? I think it is, right? No, an Armenian, sorry. I'm thinking about the Azerbaijani guy. So Kramnik's been playing well. His handle is despising cheaters. I feel like adding something obvious concerning the profound chess.com research, because to my surprise, quite many people pretend to miss the main absurdity of this explanation. Spelled explanation wrong, but English is not his first language. There shouldn't be an I think, yeah, explanation, I think that's spelled wrong there. And the way you spell it, you don't... Am I right? Or maybe... No, I'm getting confused myself now. Doesn't look spelled correctly, but maybe I'm wrong. As for the allegations about... Oh no, you can get more. About Hikaru's incredible performance streaks, including winning 45, blah blah blah. Our team has done the math and various simulations of streaks. On top of clearly wrong number, 5,000 games, 50,000 games. There is a major logical mistake in this, understandable for anyone with basic logical skills and intellect. If he reads it and thinks, as you may notice, it's at the beginning incredible winning streaks. Well, he's definitely spelled incredible wrong there. There's an A there. Followed by the conclusion, also spelled wrong. Again, like, it's easy to criticise. English is not his first language. My Russian spelling will not be good. You base your verdict on in the third sentence. Was it a mistake, or you believe everybody who reads this idiocy, excuse me my French, is IQ-less? What about giving us information on real subject of research that is according to your first sentence probability of these streaks? Yeah, so what Kramnik basically implying is that some people are smart cheating And they may include even somebody as well known as Hikaru. And I actually agree with him. I feel that, well, I don't necessarily agree with him that Hikaru's cheating, I don't know. But I feel like the way they're investigating it, and I think what he says is correct, is somehow not sufficient. And for the amount of money involved, the anti-cheating needs to be stricter. Because some of these people are making like a good living. Title Tuesday is 2 a week, right? There's obviously not the only money chess tournaments out there, others as well. But if we just take Title Tuesday, there's several people who are making thousands every year. Like Bjorknik's probably making thousands of dollars every year from Title Tuesday. Magnus obviously is. Jospin probably is. Go further down, people like Ferrugia making thousands. Dropstone is a guy who's up there a lot. Peranian, good Russian player. You need to have tighter regulations. I think sometimes you need, not every tournament, not every Title Tuesday, you need to send, maybe you should employ somebody. It will cost quite a lot of money, maybe $50,000 a year, but send them around the world. Or you could have someone based in Europe, you could have someone based in America, and you send them to people's houses, like doping control, and you view them when they're playing Title Tuesday, and you see, obviously that isn't going to, you see that you're allowed access to their computer, you're allowed to look at their computer, and people agree to that, like the big money winners. You could even have specialised hardware that is allowing people to play on Title Tuesday. You could say, look, if you're not streaming, if you're streaming, that's a different deal. We'll have to work out what we do with the streamers. But if you're not streaming and you make a lot of money from Title Tuesday, well, you're going to have to use our own chess.com computer or device or whatever to log into Title Tuesday. You're not allowed to do anything else on it. You're not allowed to download software. Our programmers are allowed access to that device every Title Tuesday to see that there's no other software on there. Stuff like that. Anyway, here we go. I'm babbling again. I've got Lion A Messi. I think I've played this guy before. I haven't been having much luck of late. I seem to have had a lot of white games this tournament. Maybe I'm mistaken, but okay, let's go on with it. Okay, we're going to play the tromp because I'm fed up with getting bad positions after. So we'll try the tromp. I guess he goes c5, right? Everyone seems to do that now. Right, maybe we'll go bishop d3. I guess he goes, well, no, e6. Knight d2 looks natural, right? Well, now I'll trade. I'll go knight e2. Or do I go e4 here, or do I go c4? I guess I go, no, I'm not convinced. I'm going to go c4. Maybe I'll take with a knight, actually. Yeah, this is a problem. Rook c1. Yeah, e4. Now, I guess he goes rook fd8, right? He could also trade. Trade, I'll probably take with the queen. Okay, I'm going to go here. Got queen g5. Can't believe I missed. Yeah, I misplayed this somehow. Maybe king g7 now he plays. I wonder if I go h4 after king g7 or do I go f4 and f5. There's also e5 options sometimes. Okay, I'm going to go f4. Maybe that allows c5 actually. Now I think about it. No, c5, d5 probably. I'm okay. He may well double rooks. Rook d7. Also not bad what he's done. Okay, I'm going to try f5. Okay, we take. His pawn on f6 is a bit weak, so maybe I can do something along those lines, like queen f2. Because h4, and queen g4, h5, maybe it's interesting. If he takes, I've got attacking options. Okay, take with the pawn. Okay, that I missed. That move I missed. There's rook c3. Rook d3 you need, right? e5 I don't think works, or it's not that great. Maybe rook d3, but he's got queen f4 maybe. Okay. That I missed, just simple, just taking, right? I need something good here, maybe I don't have. I'll try rook f1. You can always put the queen on e5 now, yeah. There's no queen a7, there's rook b3. Rook f3, he's got b6, right? Maybe queen e3, yeah. I want to go like rook f5 and start an attack. I don't think that was a very good move. Yeah, I'm going to go here. Yeah, the problem is he's going to go like... I'll trick him somehow. Rook f... yeah, he wants rook c3, right? Rook f4. He's not buying what I'm selling. Yeah, it's not a good game by me again. I just feel like I'm rusty. There's rook e7 is a threat. Rook f6, sorry. He's not falling for it. Maybe here. Oh, now I'm allowing rook h3, which is really stupid. Rook g2, I mean. Really, really careless. Really careless. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah. There's no rook f6. No, I've just dropped f4. It's so rusty. Oh dear, so bad. So bad. No, he's got that move. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I just feel very rusty. Like a blitz. I mean, you can use excuses, but I had a reasonable position. But I lost too many games today. Like poor games. I don't think I'd normally play. Oh, 93, yeah, of course. Yeah, I was only looking at this idea of H5, which was actually, H5 is a really bad move, 93. If I see 93, I would have played it. It's obviously the move, right? Because then, yeah, I felt I was doing the correct things up to this point. Or more or less the correct things. I don't know, actually, maybe I was a lot better earlier. Yeah, and now he's doing quite well, actually. Bishop d6 was a good move, yeah. No, I don't think I was ever better after that. Maybe I was just... I mean, you know, you have some comp, obviously, but it's tough to play. And, yeah, also d5 was wrong. Yeah, tricky to play, though. Especially with no time in a blitz game. So basically 93 was the miss. Other than that, it wasn't that bad a game. But now it's starting to fall apart. Difficult position to play, I think. It's much easier to play for black. He's got his queen on e5 is dominating. Yeah, and here it's just stupid what I did as well. Queen e7. I just forgot that his rook was attacking g2. So I thought I had time. But yeah, if you take and go e5, yeah, you got some practical play, right? It still doesn't look great. But now just dead lost. So yeah, that was the story of that game. So not good. What's happening in the other games? Magnus did win against Jospin. Interesting. So Magnus on course to win outright. Potentially going to play hands next. It's going to be a very juicy pairing. But yeah, I don't withdraw. Even though after having a bad tournament, whereas I got a 5 out of 9, very bad tournament. Well, some people would probably say that's par for the course. Probably is actually. I'm dumping loads of points. But it's difficult when you don't play. I'm not saying I'll be out there with Magnus, obviously. That's Looney Tunes. But I feel like if I was more warmed up and played a fair bit of blitz, I haven't played much blitz lately, then I could be potentially doing a little bit better. Yeah, Magnus, 8.5 out of 9. So I feel like the biggest threat to Magnus in the future will probably, in the near future, obviously, yeah, we were talking earlier about these younger players. Probably in the near future, you're looking at people like Gukesh and Pragananda as being huge threats. I'd be interested to see going forward, yeah, and stuff like the World Rapid and Blitz. Magnus is a phenomenal player. I think I was looking at the Wikipedia for the Vikings A page, and I believe he's got the record number of wins there. I could be wrong about that. I was looking back through the mists of time. Max Juve, I think, won about 4 or 5 times back in the day, because obviously he was a top Dutch player, won the World Championships. There was quite a few good players who won Vikings A. Obviously, it wasn't sponsored by Tata Steel then, so it was just called Vikings A probably. But Kasparov only really played it towards the end of his career, I think. He didn't really play it like 1980s, 1990s. He was playing Linares a lot. I don't think he played... I think maybe he would have got like an unbeatable record of Vikings A wins if he played it right from the start. Karpov didn't play it that much either. When those guys were dominating. He did play it quite a fair few times. He won it a fair few times. But I think Magnus has got the record. He's like won it like 8 times. Which is an incredible record. And we'll probably play it again in future and probably win it again in future. But yeah, I'm struggling. I've got 5 out of 9. I'm being lapped. I'm like one of these, athletes. I'm not even qualifying for the final. But Gogiev, I think, is Anton Korobov. Santon Bleu, I think is that Yilmaz or something like that? Jeffrey X is Zion. That's another guy that Kramnik was kind of throwing shade on. Kramnik's dropped down. Who did Kramnik lose to? I think Kramnik lost, right? He must have lost to a big player. He'll probably be accusing this player later. I lost to Faruja. No, I think he knows Faruja's a bit special. Yeah, Farouz will have a chance in the candidates. There is an argument, though, that it's sort of the World Championship has been undermined by Magnus not playing in it, right? It's a bit like tennis if Djokovic decided not to bother. Well, he didn't win the last one. Sinner won it. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like the best player by far is not playing. No, hang on, I thought I was playing Jeffrey Young then. I was like, what's going on there? Let's close all these down. Okay, we've got average FM. Now I'm feeling like an average FM myself at the moment. Okay, let's try and play a decent game of chess. We've got 5 out of 9. It's aimed for a plus score. I don't do rage quit. I do not do rage quit, so we're going to just carry on. I don't believe in quitting. Quitting is not my stick. Okay, so he's going for some kind of F3. That's an interesting idea. I'll play these lines with... Yeah, so he wants to go bishop c6. Bishop h6, sorry. So can we go here and then trade and go queen a5, maybe? A little bit scary, though. So maybe knight d5 is a move, because now if he trades, I'm going to take on c3. Right, queen takes. Right, c4 is obviously a move. So if I go bishop e6, there's also bishop g4 though. I think that's... No, bishop g4 he trades, takes, bishop g2, queen h2. Yeah, it's too much. Maybe. Well, he's got bishop f4. I mean, bishop g4 is the man's move. Am I a man or a mouse? Bishop g2, queen h4, bishop f4, queen h... yeah, it's kind of thing that I seem to like... Okay, I'm going to try that. It's kind of scary though, right? Am I a man or a mouse? I'm obviously a mouse. But yeah, otherwise he was going c4 and I felt like he had a decent position. So we're going to try this. Oh, frig, I just blundered. Ha! I blundered that. He's got bishop c6, which is terrible, right? Well, I've got to play that anyway. Or then maybe I could... No, I could take, right? Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it's sad. I'm just blundering too much today. Okay. So we go knight f6 and then try and... Oh, he's got c4 though. Okay, with castle. He does have c4 now. We'll go though, rook d8. Again, c4 is a problem. Well, he's obviously winning like in many different ways, but yeah, bad game by me. Sadly, I feel like this is obviously a problem that I'm having, that I'm trying too hard probably. He wants g5 and then, okay, so rook f8, I've got to stop that. Can't allow g5 and queen f7. At least. I'm having a very bad tournament. I've lost a number of lower rated players. But you know, life, you live and let die, right? Live and let die. What year did that come out? It's a quiz question. What year was Live and Let Die with Roger Moore released? Rook f6, trade on f1 is not good. Okay, we'll try this. Live and let die. So I got knight d7, knight c5 is an option. That's actually a winning option because yeah, he's done it a slightly different way. Also good. Now got C4. Oh, he's trade, yeah. Do I go knight E3 here? Or knight F4? Maybe I just do this, right? And it's really bad, but... No, I can't even move the... Okay, we'll go here. I haven't got E5. Yeah, maybe C5 is an option. If he trades at least, then maybe I could argue I'll start to go E5. Obviously, it's all losing. It's irrelevant, but yeah, that's a kind of a party pooper move. I wasn't hoping for that at all. If I trade and take, he's going to take the D file. Well, at least I got two connectors now. He's not played this well at all, but he's still winning, of course. Yeah, not a bad move. Yeah, going for mate. Yeah, good move. F4, which is not a move you want to play. I feel like I need to do something against his threatened mate threat. Like Queen E4 he has. Or something was also Queen D3. Well, now I'm trying Rook F. Maybe Rook here or something. It's probably going to mate me. Okay, we go here. I can take and then check. Yeah, but what else? It's all busted anyway. Yeah, fair enough. Not good. Where was the mistake? Well, obviously it's obvious where the mistake was. Yeah, I'm just terribly rusty, but yeah, taking was really moronic actually. So there's a couple of like rusty mistakes. I did consider knight a6. Yeah, b5 was interesting. That's flashing up as a good move. Bishop g4 is just horrendous. And what I missed was obviously that when he does this, I can't go queen h2. If I've already castled, that would have been a legitimate line. But yeah, you should check it really, even at blitz. I'm just rusty, I think. You know, it's my excuse. I seem to fall prey to rust a lot. Magnus had a quick draw, probably with hands, right? Would not have wanted to play against hands. They probably offered him a quick draw. I suspect. If you win, yeah. Oh, okay. Some sort of joke game, was it? Oh, this is some sort of joke, right? So Magnus is white against hands. Because he had that famous game where he just resigned early on because he doesn't... I don't mean he trusts hands. He don't mean he likes hands. So yeah, this is some kind of theory, I think, and then they're just messing around. So basically, like pre-programmed draw. He doesn't want to play against hands because he doesn't trust hands. So Magnus drew. If he wins the final round, he'll win the tournament, I suspect. Although Anton Korobov was also online, so they'll probably play each other. There's also Jeffrey X as well. The tiebreak situation. Yeah, if he draws and then one of the other people on 9 out of 10 win. Well, so that obviously that lets in people like hands as well, right? So he needs to win. We didn't necessarily need to win, but it's possible he might have to win because if somebody on 8.5 as well wins and they got a better tiebreak. But it's all irrelevant to me. I'm not over 3,000. I'm not going to win a prize. It's very hard to make a living as a chess professional. Especially when you play as badly as I played today. A bad session, I would say. But again, I can understand why I've done it because I'm a little bit rusty. I've not played much chess. Blitz. You need to be playing Blitz like every day. That's why Hikaru plays like all the time. He's constantly trained. He's constantly in form. He's never falling totally out of form. He's always keeping his mind occupied with chess. He's doing alright. He's got 8 out of 10. He's lost rating. So at the start of the tournament, he was higher rated than Magnus. Magnus is now some way ahead. He's like almost 20 points ahead. Hans is climbed as well. Yeah, I feel I know I've said this many times, but I feel I'm a little bit suspicious of Hans. I don't think he's that good, to be honest. But again, you know, remains to be seen. He was caught cheating before, and now apparently he's clean. So, you know, you draw your own conclusions. He's got a higher rating than when he was caught cheating, and now he's clean. So he had multiple examples of where he was cheating, and now he's apparently innocent. Let's get rid of any analysis. Yeah, so that game was a non-game. They get a poor game against Average FM. Okay, so I've got Garfield PG, so let's try and finish with a bang. 5 out of 10. Let's try and finish on a plus score. Had a bad tournament. You move on. What I'm going to try and do is limit the amount of blitz I play online. Yeah, they do this sometimes. This Queen F3 move is kind of annoying. I think it's supposed to be okay, but looks like maybe Bishop B4 is a move. Because then I'm developing the tempo. Probably I should have gone Bishop B7. I'm a little bit tilting from a bad session. Yeah, castles. We go A3, and I'll probably drop the Bishop back actually. Keep some tension. No, he wants to go. Knight D4 doesn't work. Again, silly move. H4, good move. Maybe Queen C8. Because now I don't have to worry about Bishop G5 pinning me. So he goes there. Alright, interesting. Yeah. So how to develop counterplay? It's 97. Maybe I'll try 97. He does have Bishop G5, which is an annoying move. Can I get away with Knight D5 then? I don't know. Queen on C8 is also passive. Not a very good piece. I'd say at some point maybe you can get a C5 in. If A3 I trade and go Knight D5. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. But then I played Title Tuesday. I did so crap in that tournament that I didn't want to play chess ever again. I know he's got C4 or E4. That's kind of annoying, right? Because we're going 97. He's going to go A3, and then I've got some issues. I seem to be losing a lot of pieces here, so I'll go here, Knight F6. Oh, he's got E5, but then E5, Knight E4, he can also take, he'd probably take, right? Am I losing if he takes? I'm not sure. Queen is misplaced, I know, on C8. I played Title Tuesday and it was rubbish. Yeah, I'm very concerned he might checkmate me here. Okay, that's an interesting move. F3, not very committal. Okay, I'm going to lash out with D5. Okay, so now he has this A3 idea, so I'm probably losing material again. Which I kind of misevaluated, so 97. Okay, we need to go for some kind of... He does have Bishop B7. Yeah, I can go here and go C5. Interesting. If rook check... Well, maybe I've got some chances here. Maybe also B5 as a move. It's now threatening B4, right? We take, I think he'll take, then Queen takes, then Bishop D4. It's the most likely sequence, yeah. But I can go queen b4 after that. It's not 100% clear. And his queen's misplaced now, because he's a piece up, but he's like... So practically I've got some chances of surviving this. I really don't want to lose again. So... Also possible bishop d4 just drop back. We've gone there. Reasonable move. Let's go knight b6. Try and scare him. A little bit of a bluff. My idea is bishop d4, knight c4. But then king b1 maybe. Well, he's gone there anyway. So b4. Yeah, I think he blundered it, because now I can take on c3, right? But he certainly blundered back the piece. You've got to go queen c3. Which is not ideal. So the question is, what do I do now? Do I carry on with the adventures? I think I'm just going to trade actually, and then go for the endgame. Oh, he's got king d2. He's also got that move which I missed. Okay, there's this. Bit of a bluff, and then try and go rook a2. No, that move I missed. Okay, go here. Right. So if I take on c3, b7's hanging at the end. Okay, we'll go back to bishop. Got bishop a6. Rook f8. Okay, I'm well up on the clock. Maybe I'll just start with g6, right? And f6? Oh, you got rook b5. Can you get away with that? I've got to try and break out somehow. Okay, I should be doing reasonably well now. For example, I could trade. I can go e4 at any moment, right? Oh, he wants to bring the... Yeah, fuck. Maybe d4. He just wants to make a draw. What am I doing? Yeah, it was a bad game. Yeah, I panicked a bit at the end there. It was bad. So I've had a very subpar result. But yeah, I think I was winning at one point, but then probably I shouldn't. You know, like the trend of the game was just like I should not swap queens, because I was starting to become concerned about queen takes c5. So he'd obviously blundered back, and then yeah, so he's winning, but then. Probably, yeah, I wonder if I should just go queen e7 or queen f8. Just avoid the exchange. I mean, what I did was correct, actually, yeah, but bishop a6 is another move I missed, with the idea of you gaining access to c4. The queen e7, you can go queen c5. That's what I didn't like. But I think actually something like this, I'll probably practically win this. Because A might not even go queen c5, right? That's the first point. And even if he does, maybe you can even just keep the queens on, right? And then, you know, like, this is what I mean about practical chances. Practical chances are not bad for black here because of the his king and the time situation. At that point, he only had 20 seconds left. So a very bad result. Never scored less than 50% in Title Tuesday. Partly a sign of that I just haven't played, and partly... So maybe I need to do more streaming of normal Title Tuesday games. Or just, sorry, normal games on chess.com. I need to play regularly on chess.com because that wasn't good enough. And now I'm in danger of dropping below 2700. I feel like I'm in danger of dropping below 2400 on FIDE rates. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. And I'll probably be back next year. I won't do the later one because I'll be too tired by then. But I might do the... I'll probably do... No, will I do the one next week? No, I won't do the one next week because in theory I'm travelling. I'll be too tired coming back. But I'll do more in future, hopefully.